I've spent a lot of hours deliberating over this speech. Not only did I not know where to begin, I didn't know how to turn 5 years of laughs, tears, hard work and so much fun into 5 minutes of words that couldn't even begin to explain this journey we've all been on. And then of course I'm expected to include every single one of you whilst not boring you to death, especially after Jeremy's speech. But the truth is, although I ran for head Gill at the end of last year solely to give this end-of-year speech and to get better toilet facilities, of course, I had no idea how hard it would be to simply summarise this 5-year-long adventure. I tried to write down all the things that have happened, all the things you would want me to remember: swimming carnivals, parties, excursions and camps, and something about Brendan's toilet selfies. So much has happened, and as you could all ask Mr. Opper to confirm, my memory is probably less than up to remember all of it. So I kept procrastinating, actually choosing to study rather than write this. And then one night it just clicked. You see, when it comes down to it, we've all done a lot of stuff together, and we've all done a lot of stuff not together. But we're all graduating as one big group, and I think that's all that matters, really. We didn't even all start together. Some of us joined in year 9 and 10, some in 11, and some even in 12. We've always had our little groups, and they've definitely altered over the years. We are all too aware that there's been a typical fighting, scandals, drama, and heaven knows what else. But I think something that really says a lot about us is the fact that we sit here today and we can honestly say we're all friends. That's the amazing thing about South Korea. It's a small school and everybody hears about everything, even the teachers apparently. But it also means that everybody knows everybody and everyone grows up with a sort of family surrounding them. And to all the teachers in the room, don't think you're excluded from this. Coming to this school, even though it's so far away from home, was perhaps one of the smartest decisions of my life. Every teacher I've ever had here has contributed to making me the person I am today. Whether it's been Mrs. Collette's motherly nagging and nurturing, which we grew to love, or Mr. Conti's excessive amounts of work, which are very similar to a certain dictator's 5-year plans, but also which helped us achieve the marks we did. And even though we did call you Satan a few times, you're truly a legend that we all adore. In addition to the likes of Miss Crocker, who we'd promised to see so much of next year because we'd miss her friendship and love more than anything, and Mrs. Garvers, who put so much effort into our new group and became the only one that any of us ever knew to actually hurt herself by slipping on a banana peel. We truly do owe you a lot, though. There are so many of you I'd love to mention. Mrs. Miller whacking us into shape in year 8 and 9, Mr. Rose honing our artistic abilities or lack thereof. But so many people would require a much longer time frame. So I just want you all to know that there's something like 24,000 hours we've spent in your care has helped all of us become who we are. I don't really remember a lot of year 8 or 9, just that relationships were the biggest thing in the world and that year 12 was scary. But not as scary as Mr. Albert, even he was angry, and who we all still think about a lot. Year 10 changed something though. The senior school became a real big thing, and everyone started talking to everyone about what they were going to do with the next 2 years. And the future, in a way, maybe none of us ever could have assumed tied us together. Year 11 changed a lot of us even more. Everyone sort of grew up over the holidays, and that first year of upper school changed us so much more. I don't even remember really being 15, but I know that 16 was a big thing. Our power couples emerged: Brendan and Laura, May and Jay, Jaren and Eleanor and Jude and Amy. We all started becoming a part of each other's lives. Brittany in 16 saw the first party that everyone was invited to. Next was Caitlin's, and probably unbeknownst to those two, they became the general party holders for all of the next big things. Halloween, Elle's leaving party, one term left of high school and afters. All of us had things to talk about the next week, particularly Brad and Yellow Knives. And slowly but surely, Epoch became the place to be and everything was lovely. Perhaps one of the nicest memories I'll ever have of high school was year 11 springtime, sitting in the sun of that courtyard and probably not having a care in the world, because I had my friends and school wasn't really that hard. and it felt like a home away from home, with a bigger family, one that was like you in every aspect, but then different in every single way. Then we were ordering our leaves jackets. Some vet kids left school for apprenticeships, head boy and head girl were being thought of, and then as if the summer holidays didn't even happen, we were here in year 12 with 3 terms left and so much to learn and do. It was frightening, but at the same time I felt like after the happiness of last year, I could do this one easy. I wasn't exactly right. If you're a teacher and you haven't seen one of us girls break down, then I don't know where you've been hiding, because this happens a lot. And that was only the start of the year. If there's one thing I'll ever take away from school, it won't be how to vote or how to pay my bills. It'll be Min's outrageous laugh at regular intervals throughout the day, Byron's obsession with peacocks and mantis down, Yanni's absolute optimism about everything, Grace's oy whenever we needed your attention, Fallon trying to get Shay to do Zumba, or Fallon trying to get anyone to do Zumba, the Jackson 5 and their card games, the tape girls looking perfect in every single school photo since year 8, Tegan's friendliness to everyone at this school, and then everything else ever. Then I was fortunate enough to experience the senior school ball our last time. Everything about that night was amazing. From Gabby's Mean Girls inspired speech, Miss Stubby's and Miss Darling's dancing, Chase and Brendan moshing to pop songs, Mim lying on the floor for photos, Shay getting involved with the ball, and Sammy somehow dropping her phone off the balcony. Everyone looked amazing, and every single person from entering in the rain to singing Bohemian Rhapsody at the end made it an unforgettable night. Next was leaves jackets, laughing at Jude's name, which definitely doesn't have a double meaning, running from our classes to get them, the long and stressful wait to get them. Thank you to Mrs. Garlis and Mrs. Harley for putting up with us. And then finally feeling like year 12. But it was bittersweet. We got one at the start of term 3, and we only had 11 weeks left of high school. 11 weeks surrounded by this veneer that kept us from the real world, and things like jobs and responsibilities and exams. Only 11 weeks left of this journey, and I was told to start planning this and study again, and everything suddenly became so real. Last minute test, Mr. Fraser warning us in every single class about how many hours of that class we had left. Every morning the group and I caught the same bus, one of us would remind each other that soon it's all over. When you're in grade, you never really imagine what this could feel like. You just want to get out of here, but by the time you're here, saying goodbye, you value school in a way that you never thought you would. It's a safety net. And now we're here, and we're graduating. And that net is being wound back up to help the year 8s next year up. So we have to make it on our own. But at the same time, not really on our own. Everyone's heard the rappers saying about how life after high school sucks and how they never see their friends again. Some of us will travel, some will move on to bigger things, some will become couch potatoes, or hippies, or CEOs, or doctors, or hairdressers, or army officers, or band members even. Who knows what awaits us next year? But today, we stand in front of a door that for 12 years has been closed to us. And I have a firm belief that we're opening it together. We're walking through it together. We're graduating together. In 5 years, a lot has happened. And in 5 years, a lot can happen. And so in 5 years' time, I hope you all are living the life you want to be living. Because to me, success isn't about how happy you are at the end of the journey. It's about how happy you are along the way. At the end of high school, it's just the beginning. And we're young, and life is about to start being lived by all of us. We may lose contact. We may see each other every weekend, who knows, when we can't tell the future. And who would want to? We're here, and we're now on the verge of tears. But what else is graduation for?